Hey, it's Coach Mike. I'm back with a couple more strength strategies that you can employ on the pitch to get stronger and faster. These two that I'm going to show you now, one is a little bit more of glute and hamstring focused, and then one of them actually has more of a multi-directional component. And you know that soccer is played in 360 degrees. Okay, we do not need to just move front to back in soccer. There's a lot of lateral movement, things like that. So I hope that you find these very, very useful. The first one is, like I said, for the glutes and hamstrings, which are really essential, particularly in top-end speed mechanics. So once the athlete has kind of, got their acceleration phase out of the way, as they start to go, the hamstrings start to kick in a lot more. So for these right here, these are called single leg RDLs, single leg Romanian deadlifts. And all this is here, I'll show you the whole thing, looks like this. Right, so what's happening here is I'm going to stand on one leg, and it may not look like much, but it's pretty challenging for kids that have never done this before. I'm going to stand on one leg. The knee of the stance leg must stay nice and soft and bent. From there, I'm going to keep a straight back leg and try and push it so it's almost touching the back wall behind me. My upper body will move like a pendulum. Okay? So you should see a straight line from my ear, hip, through my heel. Then I'll push into the ground with the stance leg, squeezing that butt cheek tight and coming back up to start. Okay? So the keys here are ear, hip, heel, straight line when the athlete's all the way out. The knee must stay bent of the stance leg. And when they are about to contract or come back up, they should manually squeeze the glute of the stance leg, and everything should move like a seesaw, one motion. Okay? The things that you will see wrong, and I always like to tell you what you'll see wrong so that we can just show kids this and just get it out of the way fast. You'll see things like this. So the athlete feels like they're getting their upper body down, so they're doing this correctly, but really what they're doing is they're bending at their spine, at their low back, and not hinging at their hips. We're trying to train hip extension, things that translate into running. We're not trying to curve kids' low backs and have them extend that way. That's not what this drill is for. So you want to instruct them that the upper body only moves in correlation to the heel or the lower body going out. Okay? I like using a reach. It's a little bit harder, but it gets things on a little bit better stretch. It's a little bit tougher of a drill there. I like slow and controlled down, and then quick up. You'll also notice a lot of the athletes will struggle with balance. This is a great drill to actually enhance their balance. So it's awesome to do this and have them do several reps, have them do 12 on one leg. Always do all one leg and then the other leg on this particular drill, because we want to really enhance that proprioception or turn on all the nerves that go up and down the kinetic chain that will feel what's going on, so the athlete's balance enhances on that one side before progressing to the other side. So that's your single leg RDL. Right? The other one I wanted to cover is lateral lunge. A lot of lateral movement. We need to build lateral strength both to decelerate and reaccelerate. Okay, so again, the whole thing right here looks like this. This is the full lunge. Right? Okay. Now what's happening here is I'm actually stepping out about double shoulder width apart. Okay, so I'm taking a nice deep step out. The toes must stay straight ahead. Okay, so I'm not turning any foot out. I'm now going to sit back into the side of the working leg. The knee should track on top of the toes with the other leg perfectly straight and my posture up. Drive off the inside part of the foot, return back to start. Okay? So you notice again, double shoulder width, toes stay straight ahead, knee's going to track on toes. I'm sitting back so my heel's in the ground and holding a lot of my pressure. My upper body's not collapsed. I'm going to use the inside part of the foot and drive back to center. They should feel this in their quads and in their inner thighs, driving them back. What you will see wrong a lot is you'll see the toe turn out here. This feels natural to them. Okay? And you might do that if you're going to sprint in that direction. But to build that stopping power and the ability to reaccelerate laterally, this has no application. So we want that toe straight ahead. Another thing you'll see, and you have to almost let them go through it, is they won't know how far to step out. That's okay at first. The key is for them to understand the knee should track on top of the toes when you're at the bottom of the lateral lunge. So if they're here, and they're going like this, and we see this knee right in here, obviously the athlete stepped too far. So we just shorten them up a little bit, that's it, you know, until they feel that. If we see the other, on the flip side, if we see them, their hips traveling outside the knee, over here we know they didn't step far enough. So we just walk around, we fix them. You know, usually after 1 or 2 times doing this, they kind of understand the distance. And the other thing you'll see is you will see the heel come up on the working leg a lot. So they'll come out, and they'll have that heel up and kind of be sitting into it this way. They need to be instructed to sit back into that heel, so we're loading up that glute, quad, and hamstring all together, and then driving off using the inside part of the foot to return back to start. So that's your single leg RDL, that's your lateral lunge. Put those together with the other 3 drills. Let's build some strong, fast athletes.